Hello, I am Andrew Lofft, a teaching candidate in this first semester of student teaching. My content area is English, Language Arts, and Reading, and I'm teaching 8th grade at Cook Middle School. I have almost no experience with learning foreign languages formally, except to know when I'm being insulted or cussed at. Meaning, I can understand when a Latino or South Korean is insulting me, but I don't know what the literal translations are for those phrases. I learned Spanish phrases in grade school from exposure to that culture and by having friends who were native speakers. And I learned the Korean words and insults when I was stationed as a member of the U.S. Army in 1996. If I reflect a little bit, I think I could also count to 5 in Korean, but I'm not entirely sure about that. It's been a while since I've practiced it. Growing up, I never took any classes in foreign languages simply because I didn't care enough to learn them. None of them ever interested me, and I never thought I would have a real need for it. I'm full of short-sightedness like that. Lo and behold, I was highly mistaken. Not learning a new language in my youth and maintaining that knowledge closed many doors to me, I think, now. Learning one would have probably benefited me, at least not looking like a fool when I go to a foreign country. But I think that's a disadvantage of not having insight as a young boy. My experience with interacting with native foreign language speakers usually results in me pulling out my phone and using Google Translate. At work, I interact with many nationalities that I'm unsure of, and I have them speak into my phone, and I respond in kind when Google Translate detects the language and translates it for me. I speak English into the phone back, and it translates into the language they're speaking, and it kind of acts like an intermediary. Currently working security at Houston Premium Outlet Mall, and I've had successful discourse with Chinese, Latino, French, Italians, and Germans, all with some modicum of success. Excuse me. My teaching philosophy is simple. Literacy leads to success in the environment you are in. If you live in the United States and cannot fluently and eloquently speak with others and converse well, you will not be nearly as successful as if you are. That's relative to the country you're in. If I'm living in France, I need to speak French and read and write it well in order to be successful in France. I believe that immersion learning is the best way to learn a new language. But it is also the best way to fail at learning a new language. For example, an infant acquires their first language by mimicking what the individual hears and is exposed to daily. But immersion can be the best way to fail at learning a new language if you're an older individual, such as myself. At 53 years old, I'm going to need more than just being sunk into a culture and told, okay, go learn. It's not going to happen. The child's vernacular develops along the lines of their immediate environment and what they are shielded from. Meaning, if a child grows up learning proper academic English or academic language of whatever nation they're in, they're going to learn to speak well, they're going to learn to speak well, and they're going to develop the proper bonds with people that can benefit them in the future. If they're shielded from slang and poor grammar and less formal talk, then they will not develop those habits and they will not develop bad academic grammar. The earlier an English language learner begins to learn English, the more they will acquire and retain as long as they practice it. I believe that I can help ELLs develop by speaking correct academic English in their presence and not speaking slang. If I correct bad habits as I encounter them, hopefully they will dismiss those bad habits. And it's not going to be easy, but I have a feeling it can be done. Thank you for watching.